Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. Sorry there has been no podcast for 2 weeks. Last week obviously we had a rest because of the international break, and this week sadly, just before we was about to go live, Paul didn't feel too well, so we called it off for this week. We'll be back next week. Loads of questions have built up, so that's good. There's so much to talk about, and I was going to do a video independently, to talk about all this stuff going on in the club, all the protests, the Watford game and stuff like that, but just again not had time to really do that, and I'd rather save it with Paul so we can have proper discussion because I know you guys prefer that. Anyway, this is the Leicester preview, a Friday night game, another one for West Ham. We all remember what happened the last Friday night, don't we? The 3-0 to Brighton. We don't want another one of them. So it is Leicester, currently 12th on 13 points, 3 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss. Last time out, they played City and they lost 2-0. And obviously, before that, they had a 2-2 draw with Stoke. Their top goal scorer is obviously Jamie Vardy on 6, and Okazaki is on 5. Both teams, West Ham and Leicester, both recently have changed their manager within the last sort of few weeks. They've not really had a bounce back as such yet. And obviously, the Watford game, the less said about that, the better. Danger men for them. Obviously, Mahrez, Vardy, always dangerous. Brighton can also be a very, very dangerous player for them. They're fast. They've got very good speed, attacking. And if we're not at the races, which we haven't been all season, this could be really, really bad game for us to be playing Leicester. Especially, as I say, they've not had their official sort of bounce back game yet. And guess what? You're going to West Ham, the team that gives everyone a bounce back. So, I'm not confident about this game at all. Looking at last season, guys, it was 2 losses to Leicester at London Stadium. A 3-2 loss. I remember it was like a comedy of sort of error goals. Obviously, Hoof, Vardy, Mahrez. Again, we didn't turn up really. We sort of galvanised a little bit, but the 3-0 was just a little bit too much. Lanzini scored a great free kick in that game and another goal for Ayew. Away, we lost 1-0 Simani. Last time we beat them, guys, was December 2014, a 2-0 win. Andy Carroll and Stuart Downing, of all people, to score a goal. I think that was the season where he started playing well, when he got back in the England team. Looking at us, guys, I don't know at the moment. I really don't. I see a toxic, poisonous, just a club, and reading everything in the papers, pundits and ex-players, it's really depressing, to see the football club dying like it is, and the identity and West Ham just not being the West Ham it was, we're currently in 18th on 9 points. The last game against Watford was meant to have some sort of bounce back. It wasn't to be, we lost 2-0. We didn't miss some real good chances, and, but for Andre Aurelia Gomez, it could have been 2-2 perhaps, but it wouldn't have been anything we deserved, because apart from those chances, it was just poor all over. We've not won, guys, since the 1-0 win over Swansea in the league, which seems like a very long time ago now. And, we just keep shipping goals for fun as well, which is also not very good. Like I say, it's a massive game in terms of where the fans are at and where we're all at as fans with the club, the board, everything at the moment. I can see if we go 1-0 down early, that stadium is going to be absolute toxic, like real negativity, hotbed of abuse to players, fans, players and board, all justified. There's some of the personal stuff is a bit much, with attacking the home and stuff like that. Maybe that's a bit too far. But anything in that stadium directed at the players not trying hard enough and the board not doing the right thing, I'm totally for it, I'm not against that in any way. You've paid good money, we all pay good money to go and watch West Ham. And you're just getting dross at the moment. You really are getting absolute dross of performances. Too many players not trying hard enough. And then you've got players like Andy Carroll opening his mouth saying this and that about the fans, and it's like, mate, how about you do some money, mate? I just hope there's something for us to cheer for once. It's just getting depressing every year. Like I thought last year was bad. This is even worse. we really were spoilt that last year at Upton Park, weren't we? You know, we really did believe we was on the up, and I believed it as well. But at the moment, just a laughing stock of the league. We really, really are. I'll say I'm really not expecting much, guys. If we keep playing how we're playing, it don't just turn around like that, and not just, you know, some magic dust waved over us and we start playing well. We just need to show a bit more grit, and people like Czech need to be able to pass the ball 8 yards, which he can't even do that, which is just ridiculous. I'm going to predict, guys, I'm really, I can't think of any other way. I think I can just see 3-1 again. I can just see us getting spanked 3-1. And a real horrible atmosphere in that club, and a horrible thing for the players. And then we go into the Everton game. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I can't see where the next win's coming, you know. And it's sort of a shared opinion on most of the West Ham fan channels at the moment. I just don't see where it's coming. I don't see where we're going to get a win. Let me know what you think, guys. What do you think? Do you think we're going to turn it around, or is it just going to carry on? And do you support the toxicness and the grief that the players and the fan are getting? Players and the board are getting. Like I say, I do agree with it. I think it's totally justified in what they say. Let me know what your opinions are on the board, and let me know your opinions on the players. And obviously, the next podcast, which will be next week now, we'll try to read out some of the questions or some of the opinions that you guys have got, so we can, we like feeding back your stuff and discussing it, really, because you guys come up with some really good stuff yourself. Be sure to check out West Ham Fan Zone and Knees Up Mother Brand. Get involved in the competition. Subscribe down below. We're nearly near 2,500, so that'd be nice to hit that soon. Until then, guys, keep believing if you can, because I certainly have run out of belief this year so far. Let's go.